Hello guys and welcome to a new video. My name is Sam and I am the author of one, soon to be two, new adult romances. The first one being Escaping Reality and the second one being the Selective Mute Princess, which is out in August. So I'm starting this vlog off on a really weird day. It's Thursday. Yeah, I've started midweek. I have been posting a bit more on TikTok. So I said at the beginning of this year that my dog is barking. That I was going to read my shelves. Let me see if I can find the original TikTok that I posted. That was my book release. Countdown book release. Is that it? Yeah, so the original video was that about reading my shelves. Since then I've cleared my shelves off. And all that's left is ones that I think I still want to read and I'll really like. I've got rid of the ones that were just not appealing to me anymore. So I've done that. But I figured whilst I was doing it, I was going to TikTok it. So the first book I read was All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher, which I've uploaded a TikTok to that. I'll add it in this video so you can see it. I'll do that now before I forget. This is either going to be really long or really short, but we're reading All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher. Also, I just realised I had this signed. I completely forgot about that. What a nice surprise to myself. Okay, so I'm on page 13, which is basically chapter 1, and I've just finished reading like the prologue, and I didn't expect it to hit. Like, one of the things, we're all followed by something, and you know, the passage that comes after that it's deep, and I didn't expect it to be that deep, but there we are. And it's amazing how true it is as well. This makes me really want to annotate this, but I'm far too lazy for that. 55 pages in and we're already hitting the feels. I finished the book. I need answers. I need answers. Like, what happens with the girl? Like, are they just on the run for the rest of their life? Like, is that how Cherry and Chase is going to live? I need to know these things, and I don't think there's a second book, but I really want to know, and Carrie has left it so well done for a second book, and I need it. I just need it. Like, I need to know what happens, but I have heard nothing about whether this gets a second book, and I need a second book. But yeah, that's at least one book I've read off my shelf now. The first book. That's not the first book like I've read off the shelves this year, because I do believe I read the rest of A Discovery of Witches, and I think since then they've been all Kindle books. Let me just check if I'm correct. I also went to my local library. I've not been in there since I was like 7, and I never returned a book, and then back then you'd get hefty fines and shit, and like they won't budge. Like, there was one time I went back to try and like rejoin, and there was like, no, you've got books outstanding with us. So anyway, I popped in and I was gonna be like, and I was like, I'm a local author, like, how would I get my book into this library, being that it is my local library? And she was like, you have to email this person, she's the one that does all our buying. So I emailed her. I've not emailed her. I posted in this group I'm part of and was like, any advice for people who have emailed her? And I got some advice, and then we did that. So I need to email her, I need to compose that, but the people on the group, one of the ladies were like, yeah, just send it me when you finish, so I will be doing that. But exciting. So I am finally back in the library, which is good, because over the next year I don't see this collection growing much, so I'm going to have to rely on the library quite a bit. So off my shelves, I've reread The Vampire Academy, The Boy Who Sneaks in My Bedroom Window. I reread the All Souls trilogy. No, I didn't reread it. I read it, and then we obviously had All That She Can See, my book, and then the rest have all been ebooks from what they've all been ebooks. That I've read. So the next book I am reading is When the Curtain Falls by Miss Carrie Hope Fletcher, and so far we are 121 pages in. I'm also TikToking this. As I say, I may just add the TikTok clips in rather than film it twice, because that just sounds like a bit of effort. So I'm on this. I'm enjoying it so far. I really like it. I did think, seeing as the writing content has been lacking lately, there was no reason why I can't put bookish content back on my channel. It has been a while, but I'm hoping to get back to like the roots of me, which is my reading. And I want to at least have read a majority of what is unread on these shelves by the end of this year, because I hate kind of looking at my shelves and thinking, yeah, I haven't read them. So I can say I've read all the books off the first shelf, which is all the Charm books, second shelf, which is Harry Potter, then I've got the third shelf, which has 4 unread books on, which is House of Earth and Blood, Catwoman, King of Scars, and whatever Lee Bardugo one is. Wonder Woman. And I've dropped my cup. So they're the ones off that shelf, and then we go down to like a romance shelf, but I wasn't really in the mood for any of them. So I've started this shelf here. So behind all the Jamie Begley books, which I need to find a proper home for because they're just hanging off at the minute, is the Fletcher's books, so Carrier's, Tom's and Giovanna's. I've read all of Giovanna's. The only thing I haven't read is the books that her and Tom did because I'm waiting for the third one. I've read, I think, one of Tom's, and I've got one more after this one to read of Carrie's, so not too many. Another shelf read. I've read the majority of the books. I've read all the books on the shelf where my book is. I've read the majority of those ones as well, I believe. But a lot of the books on my shelf are series, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to dive headfirst into a series. Like, I'm enjoying standalones a bit more at the minute, which is why I'm reading the standalones on my shelf. Especially because I'm going away tomorrow for the weekend. I don't think I'll be taking any books with me, but I was like, I don't want to start a big massive series. Because I was going to read House of Blood and Earth, not that I had the second book, but I'm just going to borrow that from my library. And then I was like, well, if I don't finish it, then I have to go away, and then all I'm going to be thinking about is this book. Because I'm going to Clearthorpes to see one of my friends. I'm staying with her for the weekend, and there's not going to be much chance for reading, so I didn't really want to dive into a series. So yeah. Also, Love Island. Who's watching Love Island? Do let me know. Despite the toxicity, I can say Davide. Love them, as well as India and Dami. Not really feeling Tasha and Andrew at the minute, or Paige and Jack. So we're cute at first, but Paige is starting to get a bit annoying now. Gemma has grown on me. Love Antigone. Danica kind of just disappears into the background for a while. I'm really hoping like someone gets it, like is in it for her eventually. Jay and Charlie, I've got no opinion on them. They're just there. But yeah, so my nights have been filled with Love Island. My days have been filled with reading. I have avoided all writing so far. I have not reopened my manuscript since I sent it to my editor. I am due to receive it tomorrow, which is Friday, and as I say, I'm away for the weekend, so I have what usually would be a week deadline. I have a turnaround of, so I get back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4-day turnaround. Why do I do this to myself? It's a good job I quit work, because I would not be able to do that. Also, yes, I know I look a state. My hair is just kind of all over the place at the minute. It doesn't know what it's doing. And the contacts were a no-go today because I couldn't get them in. So I woke up this morning. It's really high pollen here. I woke up this morning and my eyes were like stuck together, so I had to like really... And I managed to get it in this eye. But I couldn't get it in this eye, and yeah, my eyes were just burning by the end of it. I was like, Sam, stop being vain, just get them out. Like, there's no point, just take them out. So yeah, I don't actually know how long this vlog's gonna stand for, but at least I started it now. So I'm gonna go do some reading, and I'll talk to you guys later. So the next book is When the Curtain Falls by Miss Carrie Hope Fletcher. I'm really excited to get into this. I think this may just be a week where I catch up reading her books. I have one more that I actually own on my shelf, and then I may get the others at the library. Although that defeats the point of reading my shelves. We'll see. So I'm on page 83, and I am hooked so far. The way they're setting this up, I don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere. But I'm going to figure it out. Also, I love Olive and Oscar. They are cute. So, page 121, which is chapter 6, I believe, yeah. And I was going to read the next chapter, but I've just had a peek at chapter 7, and it looks like if I read chapter 6, I'm going to want to read chapter 7. And it's like 25 to 11, and I'm really tired. So I've decided to just put the book down for tonight, and we're going to bed, because if not, I'll be here till 3. It won't take me till 3, till like 1 o'clock in the morning, getting this book read. But yes, so far so good. So I'm on page 222, and it is really hitting in the feels, this book. I didn't expect it to, but yet here we are. So I've just finished this. I loved it so much. Like, it was great. 5 stars, I think. Saying that, I just rate everything 5 stars unless like I really don't like it. But yeah, reading this book just reminds me what it's like to be on stage, and I haven't been on stage in I don't even know how long now. But yeah, it just reminds me of all the fun backstage on the stage. And it was a really cute story, which, like, compared to some of the reviews I've seen, but I don't know like whether people read into it where I'll just read it and I'm like, oh yeah, I loved it, and if I didn't love it, I'm like, yeah, it was okay. And I base it on my enjoyment rather than like anything else. So yeah, I love this book. Definitely worth a read. Also, I promise in the next few TikToks I may look a bit decent. I don't know, but maybe. So, do you all remember me in the beginning saying, oh, I don't want to read a big book because I'm going away and I don't want to leave it halfway through, hence why I didn't want to start a series too? Well, the next book I've chosen is Inherited by Freedom Matthews. It's pirate themed, and I'm not in the mood for romance. I want like fantasy, that sort of thing, but most of my fantasies are all series. And so far I don't think the second book is out for this one yet, but that's how thick it is, so I'm not going to be able to read all this in one night. We'll give it a shot, but I don't think I am. Also, just realised this is also signed. So I'm on page 120. So far so good. I am intrigued to see what this curse is. Yeah, I do like the first chapter page is so pretty. But yeah, so far so good. So I finished it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I didn't really feel any kind of way towards it. It was good. It was interesting. Would I read it again? No. The curse was interesting. I liked the character development of Nathaniel and Lenny. That was cute, and how it was thingied, but otherwise it didn't really do what I wanted it to do, which is nothing to the book. It's me. So I think I'm going to rate that 2 stars, which is the first 2 star I've given in a while. As I said, I don't think it's the book. I think it's me. It's like when that person goes in a relationship, it's not you, it's me. That's me in this book. So yeah, I don't know what I'm reading next. We will see. We're doing it. We're doing the thing I said. We're starting a series. Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. When these first came out, everybody loved them. So I know I'm a bit late on it, but I can't wait to actually read this and see what the hype is about. I have all 3, so I can literally dive into one after the other, ignoring the fact I'm going away. I'm on page 84, and I'm very intrigued to see where this is going. I don't actually have a clue yet, but I'm very invested. I have so many regrets starting this. I am that far in, on a page 120, and all I want to do is read, but I'm also really tired. I knew I would regret it, and now tomorrow I'll have to leave it like that and not even be able to finish it till Monday. Oh, why do I do it to myself? I've realised what it reminds me of. Do you know in the first season of The 100 with the fog? That's what it reminds me of. I have been sat here for a while trying to figure that out, to be fair. Oops. So I'm on page 235. So far I'm very hooked. I've not found it where I want to put it down. I'm very still interested in reading it. And yeah, we've just found out that maybe I probably shouldn't say in case spoilers. But yeah. I have just finished Under the Never Sky. I should have read this a lot sooner. that ending, that twist, did not expect that twist at the end. And like, my mind is blown. Definitely should have read it sooner. But like, I really want to go into detail, but you know, spoilers. But did not expect that ending. Also liked the development of the relationship between Perry and Arya. That was very, very cute. I love Raw. He was a great addition to it, as well as, oh, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. More something. Anyway, him. Yeah, really enjoyed this. I'm kind of annoyed it took me so long to read it, but here we are, at least I've read it now. So that is another book completed off my shelf, and yeah, on to the next one. So we're on to the next book of reading off my shelves, and we are starting with Through the Evernight. And I finally said it correct for a change, which is book 2 in the Under the Never Sky series by Veronica Rossi. I have done the first book already. I'm excited to dive straight into this. I'm on page 111, and holy shit, I did not see that coming at all. Like, I'm already that much into it. These books are addictive. But yeah, did not see that coming at all. So I'm on page 171, that way through. I am putting a stop to it tonight. It is like nearly 10 and I'm tired. And I know if I don't go to bed now, I ain't going to bed at all tonight, because then I'll just finish that book and then dive into that one. And then it'll just be a nice little cycle I can't get out of. So yeah, that's it for tonight. I have just finished Through the Evernight. Twists and turns. So didn't expect where that was going. Obviously we did expect some betrayal. Kind of sad that Liv is no longer, because I really would have liked to read about her in Raw. Just because the way she spoke with Arya, it was so cute. I really liked seeing her and Perry again together. The separation was hard on all of us, not just these pair. Talon, Surin and Clara are all out of reverie. It'll be interesting to see if the rest of them like die. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying these books. As I say, I have an issue with series like sometimes they suffer from second book syndrome, but so far these haven't, and I'm so glad with that. But yes, we'll be going on to the third next. And we are back for another one. We are going into the Still Blue. I'm excited to see how this ends. I must admit, I'm very excited to see how it ends. Also, I just ran up the stairs, so I'm slightly out of breath. The tension. That's all I can say. The tension. Fucking hell. Did not see that coming. I'm on page 186, and if you've read these books... Wow. I did not see that coming at all. The You're My Father bit, though, reminded me kind of like Darth Vader. Just saying. But wow, did not see that coming. Slapped me in the face. Why is this book hitting in the feels? I am only 298 pages in, and I'm like ready to tear. Ready to cry. I'm going to join my dog in a minute. Crying. Oh. I have hope. We've got that much left, so it might be a happy ending, but I don't know. So I have finished it. Very satisfying ending. Really liked it. I wish we had, which I don't know if we do, like a series after it. So like seeing them set up like a little camp and stuff. Like I don't think there is one after it, because I'm pretty sure I would have heard about it. I really liked the ending. It was very satisfying. Like actually cannot complain about the ending. The way Hess fell and then Sable, and it was very like it felt right. No, the only thing we have is Riders, which is nothing to do with this series. But yes, I really enjoyed this book, so again it'll be another 5 stars. But yeah, another book that is read off my shelf. On my shelf. I know what I meant, but yeah, I've really enjoyed it. 10 out of 10, should have read it sooner. And we're starting another one, In the Time We Lost by Carrie Hope Fletcher. This is the last book of hers I own. Also, yes, there is kind of like a weird shaped outline. I don't know how to get rid of it. It was sat next to a paperback on my shelf, and now it's just there, and it really bugs me. So if anyone knows how to get rid of like that sort of line, let me know. Anyway, on to reading it. Also, I love the dedication in this. Like, that is just a really cute dedication, and I like it. I do, I must say. I've finished it. And I have very mixed feelings. I've rated it 2 stars. So at first, obviously I did not read the description, so I didn't even know what it was about. At first I read it, and then I got about 100 pages through and I was reading the same thing again, and I was like, is there a printing error in my book? And then I looked back at what the chapter was called, Day 1 again, and there was a lot of repetitiveness that I just didn't like. So for most of it I just ended up like skimming it. I liked Bo and Luna, like they were cute, and the rest of the characters were just mainly okay. Like this book did not do it for me. I mean, if you like Groundhog Day kind of stuff, then this book would probably do it for you, but for me it was just like a no. I don't know, usually Carrie's books, as you would have seen with the other ones, I love them all, but this is the first one which I don't. The only thing I like is the really pretty cover and then the little inscription on the inside about just do it. But other than that, I really struggled with this book. I'd be interested to know if anyone else read it and what they think, because me personally, it's a no from me, which makes me kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it's just mixed feelings. But yeah, I rated it 2 stars. It's my first 2-star in a while. Usually all my ratings are 5 stars just because I'm easily pleased. But yeah, so that one kind of sucked, but it is what it is.
I just wanted to pop on here really quick and let you all know I've started reading this freaking book.